to unite its people for development, happiness, and prosperity, for now and ever. This was the Jackson Farmer Club's motto. Hermantown's growth and health led to the foundation of this organization, one of Hermantown's oldest community clubs.
Well, the motivation right at the beginning was the roads were so bad in Hermantown. They were dirt roads, they were muddy, and in the spring nothing but deep ruts. In the wintertime, people from their farms to get into, like West End or West Duluth, would go by sleigh. And in the summer, they would go by wagon and wagon wheels, you know. They banded together to see if they could get some improvement in the roads. And they also wanted to get electricity. We didn't have electricity when I lived in Hermantown. We just had kerosene lamps and an outhouse. Everybody did, not just us. And they banded together to get some of these things.
The impassable roads were just one of the many reasons why the community folk came together. Other concerns were lack of communication, the need for kerosene lamps, and poor marketing conditions.
When it started, it was a farmers club, and it was made up mostly of all farmers. And they built a long, low clubhouse down on the Miller Trunk and LaVake Road. Then that clubhouse, they had many years, but that one was torn down because the club, which had been about 230 members, the membership dwindled and went down to just a handful of people.
That was only one of the many hardships the club had to endure. One other such hardship was the buildings themselves. On New Year's Eve of 1949, their party was crashed.
We were all going to a New Year's Eve party there, and there was two different fellows that were supposed to fire up the furnace. It was a wood furnace, and boy, they made sure to fire it up because it was about 20 below that night. They fired it up so good the ceiling in the basement caught fire. The furnace got red hot, and the building burned completely down. So there they were, no clubhouse anymore.
Besides that building, there was another one that burned down in the Great Fire of 1918. One was raised to make way for a recreational field in 1933. Then most recently, in 1988, one was torn down. They now operate in a more recent structure in Hermantown City Hall. So what kind of activities did the Jackson Club engage in?
They had wonderful dances and put on a lot of plays, and the Jackson Club sponsored the boys and girls baseball teams and the winter sports frolic.
The average admission for club activities was $1 to $1.50 in the 1940s. Other club-sponsored activities ranged from suppers to community plays. The activities did more than entertain. They brought a community together.
We had a lot of fun. They'd put on a lot of dances, like for Halloween, there'd be a masquerade party, a New Year's party, and you got to know the people in the community by belonging to different clubs.
Now that the roads are passable and kerosene lamps are no longer needed, what does the Jackson Farmers Club do presently? This one-time social club is far from being obsolete. Although members may be fewer in number, the club is thriving and still making positive contribution to the community in many old and new ways.
And they donate to the Hermantown graduation party and many things that they donate to. And if somebody has a fire and they're burned out, I remember we've donated to people that need that. So they're still doing good. The scholarships is just the interest on the money is given out every year for scholarships. So the fund never depletes itself. And that's why they're keeping on. Every once in a while, the Jackson Club, when they have enough money, donate about $1,000 at a time to keep, to have the fund grow.
This fund spoken of is money built up and given out by the Jackson Club. $80,000 was set aside in an educational fund in the 1900s when they sold one of their buildings. Now, each year, Jackson Club scholarships are given out to noteworthy high school seniors. It is evident that the Jackson Club has had a lasting effect on Hermantown and its members, and will continue to do so.